Hi. So first of all, I would like to thank you all my viewer, who are continuously watching my videos in my YouTube channel, and for your all your love and support, and continuously they are watching my videos. I can see through this lot of views. So that's encouraged me really. So to prepare a new video on this HANA or on Simple Finance. So I'm going to prepare a new video today, and in this video I'm going to explain you the basic introduction about the HANA. And like if I will list all the points, what are the things we are going to discuss here. So one, we are going to see what is HANA. What is HANA? That means this includes hardware plus software innovation. Or we can say the new architecture. Then what is S4 HANA? What is S4 HANA Finance? Or we can say earlier we used to say this is Simple Finance. How it is different from ECC? How it is different from ECC? Why we need HANA system? What is the need? Why HANA? Then the new technology, in-memory technology, in detail we are going to see today. In-memory technology. Then we have a new concept, that is OLTP and OLAP system, or how we continuously migrated from OLTP to OLAP, or how data actually extracted, all this ETL tools, ETL process. So these are also we are going to see. Then parallel processing. Massive parallel processing. Then towards the end also we are going to take one example, and we will go for a comparison between the row versus the new architecture, columnar storage versus row storage, or row based table. So these are we are going to cover today in this video. So let's start. A simple example, and we will understand this concept. First we will understand what is this HANA and why it is so popular. What is the special about this HANA? So let me take it. Let's take first our traditional system. So your traditional system like this. Traditional system means EC system. So this is your presentation layer. Application layer. and this is your database layer. So now I'm not talking about HANA, it is the any database. That means you will find somewhere Oracle database, somewhere SQL database, so different type of database you will find here. So this is database layer. Okay, and here you will find SAP GUI. So in what is the role of application layer? In application layer, all your ABAP programs get executed in NetWeaver, and in database layer we have different tables are there, and we used to sorry, we used to store all the values. Now in each level you are going to get a new innovations or new things you are going to get. Now we have new user experience. Okay, new user experience. So what we are going to get here? So here purpose is like initially we have the Microsoft in our laptop, we have the Microsoft Office we used to have, and we used to use the Microsoft Word or Excel like this. But now you can see in Google Drive, if you go to the Google Drive, we will find the MS documents there. That means Google documents. So that is nothing but your Word documents, Excel, everything is there. So what is the purpose? Purpose is like nowadays customers, they don't want to invest on the infrastructure. That means instead of purchasing one laptop, why don't you go for the cloud and you can there use all the different applications. That means same Word, Excel, everything we can use there, and it will be there in always cloud. So anywhere where we have the chance to log into the Google Drive, so there we can access the same data and same application. Same concept is applicable here. Like the best players, like you will find Microsoft Azure, or you can find like your Amazon Web Services. Similarly, SAP also providing the cloud services. Okay, so in cloud services you will find, that means now earlier when we used to work in the ECC, we have to connect to the server through VPN connection, and we need the laptop or desktop to work on this. Now no more restricted to the laptop or desktop. Now we can connect to the server, or we can connect to the cloud from any device. Maybe it is mobile or laptop, through different apps. So that's why we have a new user experience now, we can say. So it is Fiori apps. Okay, so we can have the business users can use the systems through Fiori apps and Web GUI. So you can see here when I'm trying to log into the system, although in deployment session I will explain all these things in detail, I'm just trying to system. So this is your GUI. Okay, now this one is not I can connect to in different way. So this one I'm connecting the normal way how I used to connect. This is one option. So I can connect. This is I can connect. This is one option. This is the traditional way how we used to connect to through GUI. This is one option. Another option, I can connect through cloud, or I can log into the cloud through Fiori. This is the Fiori app. So in Fiori also I can connect and I can work. But the difference is here I can't do any configuration if I am the consultant, and I don't have any scope here to doing the configuration. Fiori is only for the users. Here you will get three type of different apps: some transaction apps, some facts, reports, and some analytical apps you are going to. So that means if I am the user and I have some specific roles, so that means this Fiori apps is suitable for me, because here the Fiori consultants or the technical consultant, they will design the dashboard for me, and it's very simple. You can say different icons, different tiles are there, and whatever is required I can access or I can use. No T code, no like complex system will be there, and whatever activities is required for me, so they will design the tiles. It's a training system, so you can see lot of activities are, lot of tiles are there, but once it will be designed for a particular user, so it will be only those access you can here. So you can see for this user what are the different roles or whatever tiles is available. So this is another option, but here only the business activity, that means the transaction, you can post the transaction, user pointer, simply we can say all the end user activities we can manage through here. Third option, what is this? Let me log off. Web GUI. So now I'm not going to connect through GUI, I will connect through, you can see this is also another option. NetWeaver I am connecting. Okay, so here also in this way also I can access the system. So now you can see here different options are there and no more restricted to the traditional way we are going to connect. So that's why I told you new user experience through Fiori, through Web GUI or normal how you used to connect. Now coming to application layer. So in application layer here also we have the application layer. And here we are going to connect SAP NetWeaver, whatever the latest version. And this is the game changer. Here we are going to, here we are going to have the HANA database, right? HANA database. So this is how the system is going to change, or this the new architecture. Now let's see in detail what are the changes are there and how HANA came into the picture. Fine, right. So first we should know what is HANA, right? What is HANA? If I will see the this is introduction on HANA. So HANA is nothing but high performance analytical appliance. See, I'm not saying it is database, it is appliance. So what is HANA? That means HANA is nothing but HANA is one database and it is in-memory database. So this is not a normal or traditional database. This is an in-memory database. Now let's first understand what is this HANA, or why it is called as appliance rather a database, and what is this new things, or what is this in-memory. Okay, so let me take the So let's take a simple example. You have the laptop. In your laptop, you have hard disk. Okay. RAM, temporary memory, or you have CPU. So what is the use of RAM? So hard disk is nothing but a database where we used to store the data, different type of data, different information. What is the use of CPU? For processing purpose, we have the CPU. Okay, and what is the use of RAM? RAM is, you have noticed when we used to start the computer, the entire operating system loaded to the RAM. Okay, so if your RAM, if you have a higher RAM, then performance is better. Like old days, if you have noticed, like you have RAMs like some MBs or 1 GB, but nowadays 16 GB RAM is also available in case of laptop. So that means that's why we can say now we have more advanced system. Then what is the use of this RAM? For example, we have some information is there in the hard disk. Okay, we have information in the hard disk, and we need to retrieve the data to from this hard disk. So how we used to do? Okay, so first time when we are searching, the system used to take some time to retrieve the data, but in later, once you got the data or you got the information, later when you are trying to get the information, it is like quickly we can retrieve this process is known as IO process, or input so this process is known as IO process or input output process. So that means if any information is there in the RAM, then we can say we can quickly retrieve the data and it is easily available. Rather, if we will face the data in hard disk. Why? Because your your hard disk or your database, like any RDBMS you can take in the server. So your RDBM is, I mean your database is a disk base. It's a little bit technical. I'm trying to make it simple. So disk base storage unit. Okay, so this is the disk based storage unit. That means layers of layers, like magnetic plates are there where we used to store the data, right? So and here we have a RPM is there. So what is RPM? Round per minute. So like how fast system is going to read and write the data. So that means the traditional hard disk or the normal your database is not capable of processing the data. It is just a storage unit where we used to store the data. So every time we need to bring the data to RAM, okay, and we need to process it, and it is there in the temporary memory. Then finally we used to store again back to the source. So every time there is a proper communication is there. That means we are extracting the data from hard disk to CPU for processing purpose through RAM. Okay, so that is the concept of hard disk and RAM. Then what is the impact this one in our system? For this, first we have to understand two different concepts here. One is your OLTP and another one is your OLAP. So that means why before explaining this in memory, let me tell you the history, the background of the HANA. Then I will come to this this one. Let me take a new slide. Yeah. So let's take one company, let's say Pfizer. Okay, currently here we are using the ECC. Then we have one underlying database is there. So whatever the data we are going to store in this particular database, and let's say this is any database. Let's take Oracle. Okay, Oracle database. So this system, why we need a database? Because we need to save the data. So when I'm saying data, that means you have different type. You have some master records, you have some you have some configuration data, you have some transaction data, you have different type of database, different type of information. So different data is there. Every data, all this data we are going to store in this particular database. This system is known as, or this type of system we can say best for operational reporting or day-to-day reporting. So what is meaning of operational reporting? Let's say we have opening stock 100. Throughout the day we sold 40 units or 50 units. Then end of the day we have what is the closing stock. This information is important to run my business or to run the business for tomorrow. So this information I need to, like tomorrow we have a opening stock, we can say 40 or 50 units are there. So from where I got this information? I got this information from this system. Okay, so that means we can say effectively store all the transaction as and when it will occur. This system is known as your online. This is a OLTP system or online transaction process system or your current ECC system. Fine. Now, once the like when the globalization started, or when this type of informations are not enough to take any decisions, like we need analysis of informations or 5 year data, and that is very quickly we need this. It's not like we can spend let's say 5 to 6 hours to get some information. We need this information quickly. First of all, this system is not capable of providing this information. Okay, we need some multi-dimensional reporting system. Then SAP introduced, like SAP later introduced 16 new products, 16 different products. So like SAP CRM, new dimensional product, SAP CRM, SAP SRM, right? FSCM product. So one product was there. It is SAP BW. So what is this SAP BW? Or we can say this is the reporting purpose they have introduced. Let me take this one this side. I need the space. So this is your SAP BW. Once they introduce this SAP BW, business warehouse, the reporting issue solved. That means by using this system, now we have the multi-dimensional reporting, or we can say high-end reportings are high-end reportings are available. Not the regular reporting. So more information, more informative reportings are available. But again, to run this application, we need one database. Here also we have the traditional database. Let's say here also it is Oracle. Okay, and for reporting purpose we can use here business object. Actually it is not a SAP product, later SAP acquired this company, so they are using business object or BO. So that means where you are posting the transaction, you are posting all your transaction in the source system, or this is in the OLTP system. You are doing the analysis or high-end reports you are getting in the OLAP system. This is called as OLAP system. Okay, analytical system. How to get the data? Because you need to have all your data, you need to bring it from this system to this system. So this process is known as ETL. This process is known as ETL, extract, transfer and load the data. And for this they used to use one application, Informatica. Like other applications are there, but common you will find Informatica. So what is the process here? Process is like we need to take the information from a OLTP system. Let's say in our case it is EC system. From this EC system to BW system. So time to time, this is a separate system. This is one OLAP system is separate system. So time to time we have to schedule the batch jobs, or BW consultant, the technical people, they are going to schedule the batch jobs so that they will take the data. So this is, we can say this is the duplicacy of information. Same transactions, whatever we have posted here, same transaction again we need to bring it back here. And in organization you don't have only ECC system or SAP system will be there. Maybe you have a non-SAP system is there. From reporting point of view, consolidation purpose, from this system also we are going to take the data, right? So from here also we can, through ETL also we can put the data here. Fine. Now initially the system performance was okay because we have a less volume of data was there, but gradually once the data volume increased, this system behaved very slowly. Why? Because in this this type of database, or this current database whatever we are using, where is the up arrow? Yeah, so this database, that means here the write capability is fast. That means quickly we can load the data or we can record the data, but read capabilities are slow. That means when we are retrieving the data, so how the process will be there? First system, initial transactions are posted here. Through ETL we transfer data to a OLAP system, but any source system informations are there. every time we need to bring the data for processing purpose, and finally we are getting the data. So initially, like it was okay, but gradually once the data volume keep on increasing, then this system behaves very slowly, right? So now SAP started thinking something, because customers complain so much this system is too much slow or this thing. So in 2011, HANA, they never thought they are going to give some HANA as database. Initially they gave something just to enhance the speed. Okay, so they have given something here. Space limitation is there. Let me take this one. So this one is known as BWA. Okay, BWA, Business Warehouse Accelerator. First thing, they applied this one on a new concept they applied here, that is in memory. They said this particular system is not a regular database. This is one booster just to enhance the process or enhance the speed, and this is one you can say accelerated, so that it will increase the speed or it will increase the performance. How? Because here they said that we are no longer going to provide you a traditional database. This database is in-memory database. Okay, this is in-memory database, and second thing, it is multiple processing features are there. That means parallel processing, massive parallel processing. Let's understand this concept of in-memory and parallel processing. Okay. So as you know, right now when we are currently working on EC system, you have the locking mechanism there. Locking mechanism means at a time when you are taking the informations, let's say BSEC, you are taking the information, or you are taking the information, let's say from COEP. So system, all the work processors are not active at a time. So if one processor is active, other processors are locked. So that means you're extracting the data or processing the data is slow here due to this locking mechanism. So they removed this concept here. So that means we can say, so I'm going to explain what are the new changes are there in the recent years. So in recent years, what are the hardware updates are there, or what is this in-memory this database? So if you'll see the hardware updates, drastic reduction in the memory price. Okay, drastic reduction in memory price. You remember earlier we used to purchase the RAM, some MB RAMs, too much costly. But nowadays you can see in 1200 or 1500 you are getting some GB RAMs, from 4 GB RAMs or 2 GB RAMs you are getting, right? So that means there is a huge drastic reduction in the memory price. Then significant increase in capacity of fabrication. Significant increase in the capacity of fabrication. What does it mean? Significant increase in the capacity of fabrication means, if I will make it more simple, that means we can say the processing power of CPU has been increased lot. Having multiple core with many blades. That means we have multiple processors, and each processor is one CPU. That means let's say this is your CPU, and within this you have processors are there. processor A, B. You can see I'm preparing the PPT here itself, so same approach will be there during class. Each and everything we will create there itself. No standard reading of PPT. So that the purpose is like if I will start reading from the PPT, the communication will break. That means here I think in this way, I think the audience engagement is there. That is my approach, or what I think. So that's why each and everything I used to develop here itself. Whether it is a demonstration or it is the real session configuration, whatever. So we are going to do each and everything I used to do there itself in the live session. Okay, so now you can see we have multiple processors are there. Earlier, if you are using at, let's say, processor A, other processor locked, then processor B, other processor locked. So your extraction or processing of data, obviously it is going to slow. That is the old concept. Now they are saying that it is massive parallel processing. Massive parallel processing, or we can say each one is one processor. So the individual is one is your processor. So no more locking mechanism is applicable. So this is the hardware innovation. So in hardware innovation, one is, that means instead of using a traditional database, now we are going to use a RAM as a database. So this RAM here, for storing purpose, we are using the transistor. So RAM we always know. That means RAM is always faster than your traditional database. So definitely your processing speed is going to increase. And second thing, your processor capacity is also increased. Like in your mobile right now, we have octa-core processor. That means at a time we can use 8 processors. Similarly, here also we have multiple or massive multiple core or massive processing options are there. Maybe you can ask, like, if you are going to use the RAM, then what will happen if memory go, like something power outage is there? Because we know RAM is always a temporary memory. So we have some arrangement, or we have some backup options are there. Now coming to the software innovations or software advancement. This is hardware. Now coming to software. So we are going to keep the data in RAM, which is in memory database. Okay, so what is in memory? That means we are going to use this one, RAM, as our primary memory. Then what other features we have? Now your operating system or operating system power also increased. Like previously, let's say you have 32-bit. Now we have a 64-bit operating system. So that means we can say more command to the CPU, or CPU is going to respond. CPU response time is faster. So command to CPU faster than earlier. Another new concept they haven't. Right now we are discussing at this one, this new concept at BW, right? What is the HANA technology or HANA database, right? Oh, sorry, HANA appliance. It's my mistake, not database. Because it's not database. I will prove you why it is not database, why it is appliance. So So your structure of your old table, now it is changed. So how earlier you used to store the data? Earlier we used to store the data in a row format. So you know very well in existing database, or when we are talking about the table. So table is always store the data in a table. I mean in a row based structure. So what is benefit here? If you go for a row based structure, and we will compare. We will take one example, and we will see what is this row based and how this column store is better than row store. So here another benefit is also we can see the compression of data. Avoid duplicate data storing. Okay, so to understand this one, I'm not sure like how comfortable you're in the old table. Let me take a layman example, then I will put one this ERP example here. You will find this video like this in this example in my any old video. So let me take a let's say this is one bank, and bank they have different customers. So they used to maintain the customer data. Okay, so this is, let's say, name, address, account details, okay, like this. So customer name, customer address, accounts detail. Like this you have customer X, like this. This is what? This is your master table. Then we have the transaction tables are there. Date, credit, debit, total. Okay, let's say this customer having account in this particular bank from 2010. So that means on 2010 there is a credit of 1 lakh. Total balance is 1 lakh. Debit of 5,000, closing balance is, suppose our requirement is on 5th February, what is the closing balance for this customer? In traditional system, how's system read the data? In traditional system used to take, or system used to read the data. So system used to read the data from left to right. That means from left to right. Let's say first system is going to take the customer data from the master table. For this customer it is going to transaction table, and it is going to read the data from left to right. Our requirement is we need a closing balance. That means we need the information about for this particular field. But here system is not directly go to this particular field. It will read all the data irrespective of whether it is required or not required. right? So as it is going to read all the table, all the sales, so that means definitely it is going to spend some time in the for processing. This is a layman example I have taken. Let me take a business example. I'm going to take a sales order. Okay, so I'm going to take a sales order. So in sales order you have information like sales order number, sales organization, distribution channel, division, sold to party, okay. So like this we have the information. Now let's sales order number 10. This is sales order number. Put the values also. This is what I will take, $500. This is sales order 11, sales organization 2000, 300, sales order 12, okay, sales organization 1000, $12, $13, sales organization 3000. So like this you have some informations are there. If you will now, what is our requirement? Our requirement is what is the total sales amount for all the sales order. This is our query, or this is our requirement for the report. Now how system is going to read the data? So as I told, system is going to read the data from left to right. That means this process is known as traversing process. That means system is going to take all the values in each cell. Okay, so it is going to take the value from here, it is going to read the data, but our information is we need the information for this sales amount, then here we need the information this sales amount. But in this process, system is not going to read only that value, system is going to read all the informations. So definitely that is the row based structure. If system is going to read all the values like this, or in this traversing process, it definitely the process, or it will take the time. Okay, so that is the disadvantage. So we can say we have to traverse all the records and all the sales, even if we are interested in the one single sale. This is one. Now coming to the change management. So even there is change in one sale, for example, so there is change in this particular sale, there is change in the division or this distribution channel. So if there is a change in the one particular sale, system is going to update the complete record. Fine. So that's why I'm saying if even if there is a change in the single cell, so there will be entire record will be rewritten in the system. Okay, and due to in the change log, so due to this we need a high memory, or there is a requirement of high memory requirement is there. Okay, so that's why in current system we need lot of index tables, we need lot of index tables, so that the speed will be, or this reading of data will be faster. So index tables required to optimize the speed. So that's why you have lot of index, open items, clear items, separate index tables, aggregate tables are there. This is the concept. Okay, so and another disadvantage we can say, the recording of the data or the data store has high range of non-unique value. What is non-unique value? That means if the sales organization, you can see 1000, how many times it is repeated, 2000 sales organization, how many times it repeated. That means if the repetitions are there, then system is also going to repeat the value, it is going to read the value. So this is the concept of your row based architecture or row based system. Again, this concept they are going to change with a columnar. So in columnar it will be like this. So we are going to record the value okay, each data we are going to record in individual columns. That means if you are going to record the sales organization, let's say, so 1000, no need to repeat the value, 1001, okay, or what is my, it is 1000, 2000, 3000. Similarly, sales order number in another column, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, like this. So you can see how many times there is a repetition of 1000. So 1000 repeated once, then not second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, like this. So it will record like this. So 1, 4th, 5th, 6th, like this. Okay, so if any changes are required, directly we can change that there itself. So now you can see if okay, so now coming to the sales value. So in sales value it is going to record $500, $300, $600, $800, like this. So now if we need a sales value, instead of instead of reading all the value in each cell, system is going to, because each cell is now converted into a column, tiny column, so it is going to read the value from this particular column. So now you can imagine how your data in capacity, or it is increased. Okay, so now if we will summarize, we need a system, that means this BW is capable of this one, but anyway this is one accelerated, they further enhanced this one. Okay, so here another problem arises. This system is perfect, it is faster. Now what is the disadvantage if we are going to use the BWA? So initially it is well appreciated, but later again here also we found some issues like data duplicacy. So you can see data duplicacy means first we added the transactions in the OLTP, then further we extracted data in a OLAP. Now you are saying that you have to take the data from here to this BWA, so that system is going to take the value from here, this in memory system. Okay, so data duplicacy. And another one, how many license? Multiple license. You need to maintain a BW systems, I mean Oracle, like here database, here. So multiple times license cost is also increased. So finally in 2012 SAP introduced, so okay, I will come to my point why initially I told you that this is not database, it is appliance. That means it is a combination of, so you can see here, update in hardware, update in software. So that's why it is known as appliance. So it is not only a database, it is combination of both hardware as well as that means capable of storing the data as well as processing the data. So that's why it is called as appliance. So in this appliance we are going to get a feature something like, which is a combination of, or we can say the SAP HANA system SAP HANA system. You have an initial system which is RDBMS system. Okay, so this is regular database. Then SAP introduced this BWA. Now we are going to combine it. Altogether that will be our primary memory, or that will be your HANA database. Fine. So RDBMS plus BWA. That means we can say the in-memory database will be because we need a permanent, or we need a backup system, because RAM is temporary memory, but we need a in-memory. So that means we can say, or SAP introduce for the in-memory purpose something Trex engine. Okay, so although it is not so detailed, it is there from your as a functional consultant point of view, but I have completely clarified this one. So this is the Trex engine, so which is nothing but your in-memory. Then we need a RDBMS system or a regular database, which is SAP introduce P star time. P star time. So this is nothing but a regular database, or if I will link this one, and we need something can you see the plus symbol? This one not required, wrongly. Okay, so we need a backup system. So if something, as I told, RAM is a temporary memory, so if something will happen, so we need a regular backup. Okay, so this backup system purpose SAP introduce here MaxDB. Now this one is altogether a complete database with in-memory concept. Okay, so altogether it is. So I hope you got some I hope you got some idea related to what is HANA, what is HANA Appliance. Okay, so the technical part we have discussed. In our next session we will see what are the changes related to functional point of view. This is moreover a technical innovations, or a technical that means up to 2012 they completely removed this one. In 2012 they removed this Oracle database with HANA database. So that's why in 2012 they introduced HANA or BW powered by HANA. So now no more required, and it is embedded BW. So that means you don't need this ETL separately, you don't need the BW once again, because this is capable of your that means it is combination of both. Now we can say combination of both OLTP and OLAP system. Okay, so with this we have completed our technical discussion, all this HANA technology, HANA database, OLTP, OLAP, in-memory technology, columnar storage, all these things we have completed. Now I will take you through the course syllabus, certification details, okay, and how your certification preparation should be, what are the benefit you are going to get from me. So all these details next I am going to I'm going to explain you regarding all this. What will be our approach for when we are going to learn? So as you are already familiar with the existing ERP, that is SAP ECC, and on different modules and sub-modules like FI, CO, then you have a knowledge on your receivables, then payables, stock, okay, stock valuation, material ledger, asset accounting. So these are already you have knowledge on ECC. Now our focus will be what are the new technology or what are the new innovations are there on the HANA platform or on the Simple Finance or S4 HANA Finance. Earlier we used to call that Simple Finance, now it is S4 HANA, and in very soon we are going to have a detailed discussion on this. So what will be our today's agenda? Today's agenda is like what will be the learning approach, then how this new technology HANA technology came into the picture, okay, and what is the difference between a OLTP system, OLAP system, or how the evolution, as you know already, like HANA before HANA, like it is from 2011 continuously like evolutions are going on, and we are in 2018. So that means during this gap of 7 years or 8 years, what are the new things came into the market, okay, and how gradually this product like we can say polished. So these are the things we are going to discuss. Then I will explain you the course content, okay, what are the things we are going to discuss, okay, what are the topics we are going to cover in this training. Then so already I explained how I will guide you. So I will give you like the practice material, step-by-step configuration material. So we are going to send you all the sessions, like the current session we are recording. So like this you will get all the sessions, our live sessions will be recorded. And don't get confused here, it will be a recording sessions. No, we are going to have the live sessions, and those sessions you are going to get the recording of the live. Then error handling and support. Error handling support means when you are going to work on the system or in the hands-on practice point of view, definitely you will get different type of errors, or you will have issues, you will have some queries. So feel free to ask me any questions, right? Any issue. It's not like any during session only you will ask. Anytime you can practice, you can connect through mail, or you can connect through conference call. The coordinator will connect you the conference call with me, so you can get your doubt can be clarified. Then anyone is preparing for the certification like SAP professional level certification or associate level certification. So we will provide you the certification terms like certification material, suggested questions, okay, and also we will conduct you multiple internal exams which is similar to your certification exam. So my purpose is so that you will have a very good understanding, not only a very good understanding on the product, also you will feel confident, yes, I can clear the certification very well. So that's why my target is so that before the final certification exam I will organize 10 to 15 certification I mean the internal exam, so that you can score, you can practice here, you can assess yourself in each step, okay, so that you can prepare for the certification. So those are the certification point of view we are going to see. Now at a glance, if you'll see what are the things we are going to discuss here in this particular syllabus or in 30 to 35 hours. So all the delta changes, okay, so delta changes, but before that let me guide you through the certification, SAP certification in website. Then I will explain here. Just a second, okay, be online. So you can see here, this is the certification link, or it is the SAP certification link. So I have opened the training cat, okay, so the current certification is available. SAP certification, as I told, it is for professional level. I mean today's discussion is about the professional level. Also we have the associate level is that you can get in a separate video. Okay, so now you can see here, this is your course structure, and basically here you are going to cover, here we are going to cover S4 F00, S4 F001, F02, and F03. So this is the syllabus which I have prepared. So you can see S400, S4 F01, F02 and F03. So let's see what are there in the details about the F0. So F00 is all about the new changes, right? You can see here. So this one, SAP S4 HANA, SAP HANA, what is SAP HANA, what is S4 HANA, Fiori, all these things you are going to get some questions from this area, and that we are saying that this is the overview part. Okay, so that is your S4 F00. If you'll see that my detailed syllabus, so these are the things we are going to cover under F00. You can see here the new architecture about okay, so this is the new architecture about the HANA or HANA platform or finance on HANA. Not only finance, here we are going to see like what is HANA, although we are going to discuss in detail about this. So this is the overview kind of things. Then as you already know SAP Finance on ERP or ECC, or you know the controlling part also on ECC. So what are the new innovations are there that we are saying that the delta changes. So those things you are going to get here under F01 and F02. So F01 is all about the new changes related to finance. F02 is all about new changes related to controlling or management accounting. So in detail we are going to do all the configurations, or we will see all the new changes of everything. Okay, for example, you can see I'm sure you know the classic GL, you know the non-leading, I mean new GL features, leading ledgers, non-leading ledgers, the table GLT0 table, okay, the Faggle Flex table. But now we have something, the new table is we have something, you can see the appendix ledger or extension ledger. That means along with the old features, the ledger concept, we have a new features, that is the non-leading ledger is there. So that we, I mean the extension ledger we are going to see, and there is no old tables are there, right? We have a new table, that is Egdoga tables that we are going to see. So when we are going to do the configurations, it is not only we are going to focus only the changes, also we will take a new company code and we will take the end-to-end configurations, everything, be it asset accounting, be it like let's say profitability analysis, product costing, everything we are going to configure there, and we will compare in each business functions point of view. We are going to compare that in with our existing ECC or ERP. Then when we can say these are the new features. So in this in my sessions I will not go for any PPT presentations, right? So normally, like if I will explain all the features from PPT point of view, maybe you will get a theoretical knowledge, but you will not enjoy the session. The reason is you don't have a chance to look into the things practically. So that's why I suggest we will go for a new company code and we will configure it completely end to end. We are going to configure this one. Okay, so that will be my approach, and that I always used to take the sessions in that way. So certification point of view, you are going to refer F00, F01, F02 and F03. But in my syllabus, if you can see, I have also added some certain additional things, right? So additional things, if you'll see, these are the topics which is additional topics which I recommend you should know. That is FSCM, credit management, collection management, dispute management. So why I'm saying this you should know, because in new feature we don't have the customer, we don't have the vendor. I mean it is there, but we have to learn a new things, that is your business partner. So business partner is going to take a new feature. For example, if I will show you a customer master, you can understand that. Okay, so I'm going to log into the system for a while. It's connecting. So you know, we know how to create a customer or how to go to a customer screen. FD02, let's see. I will apply that. We will see what will happen. So although I'm going to log into the 1709 version, but we are going to take the live training on 1809. I'm just showing here 1709 because my old configurations are there in these versions. Okay, but in my current batch I'm taking the 1809. But certification point of view, right now 1709 certification is available in the market. See, I just entered here FD02. Just see. I will take the company code, something. Select the customer. Now check the message. Just check the message, redirecting to transaction BP as transaction code FD02 obsolete. That means there is all the T codes, whatever you learn related to FD01, 2, 3, XD01, all these T codes are no longer valid or it is not active. So that's why SAP here introduced a new concept, that is business partner. Now you can see you are getting some number as 200311, that is the business partner number. And for each business partner we have to activate different roles. Okay, although we are going to discuss all these things in detail. So you can see we have activated here the different roles like finance role, SD, this is your customer role, finance role, sales role, collection management. This would it's not a new concept. Earlier it was there, but earlier it was there in the FSCM. Now also it is part of cash management, but as for the SAP new version 1610 onwards, SAP is they have completely removed the credit control area. Okay, in your receivable it was there. Now they are saying that you have to work on the FSCM credit management. Although in this certification syllabus these things are not there. I mean you have to separately write a certification F40, but in my training I am going to cover that also. So that's why I told you we are going to cover FSCM credit management, collection and dispute management. So these are the things we are going to do. Okay, so then what about the F03? F03 all about the migration. That means from ECC, how we are going to do the migration. So as you know, there are two type of projects are there. One is your greenfield and one is your brownfield. Greenfield means any new customer, they are going to do the SAP implementation, that is greenfield implementation. Any customer, they are currently working on ECC, whatever version, maybe 4.7, maybe ECC 6 with classic GL or new GL, whatever. So they are going to migrate to HANA. So there are two concepts are there. One is database migration and one is conversion. So you can see here, if I will go to the system, so this is your IMG screen. Here you can see two parts are there, two segments are there. One is the normal how you used to create the financial accounting or with all the new features. That means it is related to greenfield. And conversion of accounting to S4 HANA. Right? So that means if any customer they are going to migrate along with the new feature, that means along with old features along with the new features, how we are going to handle these projects. So you can see migration of GL, asset accounting, controlling, material ledger, all these things are there. So what will be our approach? Which one we are going to follow, whether it is greenfield or brownfield? So when we are going to form the batch, we have a mix different participants will be there, and even I am not sure in which project you are going to work. So that's why we will take both the approach. We will take the greenfield and we will go for the migration after that. So that means we are going to cover both the things, greenfield approach and that means your greenfield part we are going to cover, and also we are going to cover the conversion part. So that means first we are going to work on FI, we are going to work on the controlling in detail. We are going to, okay, here we are going to do the integration with simple logistic. Earlier we used to do the logistic integration, MMSD integration. So that is now also simplified simple logistics. So we have to do, as you know, without integration we can't see the profitability analysis, we can't see the product costing along with the integration. So that also we are going to see in the details. So that means each and everything we are going to cover here. Okay, so I hope you got some idea from the syllabus point of view. Any issue, anything, you just check with your coordinator or you can mail me. Okay, so anyway, we are going to see this in detail later. Now coming to so as we know, like HANA is very much popular nowadays. So lot of people they used to say different thing. Some people they used to say HANA is database, right? Some people say no, it is not database. It is something like one platform where in this platform we have all the features are there. So many things are there in the market. Now we are so confused. What is that? What is this HANA, right? So let's see from the beginning, what is this HANA, okay, what is Simple Finance, and what is HANA, what is Simple Finance, what is S4 HANA, all these things we are going to see in detail. Okay, I will try to make the video simple, and I will try to cover each things, okay, as it is one introductory sessions. So let's start. Okay, let me close all these things. So already all these things I have explained: certificate preparation, then project scope, green field, brown field. So all these things I have explained. Let's